Well, hey folks, how's it going today? Hope everybody's doing really good. I just wanted to say thank you to all the people who left nice comments in yesterday's video when I was covering the Kinks tune called I Need You. Man, I had a lot of fun shooting that video. I want to do some more of that kind of stuff too. Instead of just bench work and guitar lessons, I like to have fun too. So anyways, I'm just joking. This was the amp I was plugged into right here. Now this is a little sidekick 15 with reverb, Fender Musical Instruments. I don't know if this is an actual Fender one or if it's a Squier. I think this could have been a Squier. I don't know. I've had this for so many years. The badge is missing, obviously. And, it's starting to show a little age, and I've used this a ton, especially in the shop here. So anyway, I did modify the amplifier, and one of the viewers asked if I would show the back of the amp and take a peek at the speaker that I installed in it, and we're going to do that right now. Okay, here we are. So we got an old electro voice Wolverine here. I know it's upside down, but that's just the way it worked out because the speaker leads weren't really that long. Not a big deal. I don't really care about that. This is well made. It's got a nice metal basket. Just a great sounding speaker. This magnet is quite heavy too. It'll actually surprise you when you pick this amplifier up how heavy it is, and that's because of the speaker. I mean, you could lift it up with one finger before, now you gotta, put your whole hand into it. So it did really help the amp a lot. It's just solid state, 15 watts. Like I said, it does have a reverb tank in it. Now you can see I've got some hot glue on that wire. That's just to keep it from laying on the reverb tank and vibrating and making weird noises. So I just kind of hit it with some hot glue to hold it there, and that took care of the issue. It's not a big deal. You can scrape that off with a plastic knife. I mean, it's not a big deal. So, but I just didn't want it making any weird noises and whatever. Now, the reverb tank is actually pretty nice in these little amps too. It's, it is what it is. This isn't a Dumble by any means, but for a little practiced amp, it's kind of neat. And I've used this a ton. I used to keep it in the shop here and just test, guitars and whatnot with it. So I do have the back panel. This was a closed back, okay? And I like the sound of it kind of with it off, but I did experiment with it. I'd put the back panel on, I'd just kind of crack it open, and it sounds, there's just so much sound to be had by doing that. So what I'm going to do eventually, now this is just a piece of paper in here. I think the back panel's in the studio maybe. So what I want to do is put like a piano hinge on the bottom of it, so that way I can actually open the back up. I might hook some little chains or something on it. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't really thought it all the way through. I'd like to have it so it's adjustable, so I can just crack the back of the amp open, get it where I want it, and just kind of leave it there. It is fun to experiment with that kind of stuff, really, honestly. And it is something I'm going to do with this one. Just because I use it a lot. I've recorded tracks with this thing, you name it. I mean, I really do love this little amp. Now, I know there's better practice amps out there nowadays, but this is old school. It does have that Fender kind of chime to it and charm. The overdrive is kind of brittle, as you probably heard in the Kinks tune I was playing. I was plugged directly into this amp, no pedals, no nothing. But it's got a certain sound. It has that old kind of brittle Fender thing, and it just works. So, like I said, I'm going to kind of do some more mods to it. I'll keep you guys in the loop. And once I do that, I'm actually going to demo this for you. I'll set the camera up, in back of the amp and show you how much different it sounds. And we'll do the same thing on the front of the amplifier as well. Kind of a fun little project. If you have something like this kicking around, that's a closed back amp, maybe you want to kind of experiment and check this stuff out. I like closed back amps, especially like 212s. Those sound kind of fat, and I don't know, it's just got its own thing. But even the little amplifiers do as well. So, I think it's worth doing. I'm never going to sell this amp, so I might as well get it the way I want it, and we'll just kind of go from there. So anyways, that is a gut shot of the little sidekick I was playing. Like I said, it's solid state. I think I changed a transistor in this maybe once. I honestly can't remember. I just have too much gear to kind of log it all into my brain. So some of this stuff gets kind of mixed up. I just, how it is. I do so much of this stuff that it's really hard to keep track of it. Now it's a lot easier with videos and YouTube. I can actually go back and reference my own videos, which I have done. Even the guitar lessons I've given, I was like, I don't remember giving that guitar lesson. And I couldn't play the song, actually. This happens to me all the time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I think I've just done too many lessons and just can't remember all of them. You know what I mean? So some of the tunes that, I could play just cold, I forgot how to play. So it is kind of cool to go back and reference my own videos. Well, I say it's cool. I really shouldn't have to do that, but at least I have the info, and you guys do too. Okay, guys. Well, thanks so much again for the nice comments on that video. I really did have a fun time playing that tune. It was a rush, like the first time I'd heard it and played it again. What an amazing tune that is. The next band that I ever get involved in, if that ever happens, that one's going to be on the set list for sure. It just feels good to play. Even people that don't know the tune can, get that vibe from it, because it really does have that just rocking. It's just so good. It's so raw and just, kind of dated sounding, but that's the date that I like to hear. Let's just say that. I love old music, and, I don't listen to much new music at all. I stopped doing it years ago, probably in the 80s, honestly. And I just keep going backwards. There's so much music from the 50s, 60s, and 70s that I have not even heard yet that I don't dare to go forward. And the music back then is so much better, in my opinion, at least to my taste. So that's where I dwell in the past decades, I guess. Well, okay, folks, thanks again for watching. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Glad to have you folks. We've got a great community on here. Everybody's really cool. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Ask someone in the comments section if you want. These guys know their business as well. So thanks again, and we'll see you guys real soon. Be good. Okey doke.